Okay, Capricorn. Let's start with the Queen of the Moon Oracle. See what we have for Capricorn. I hope that this message finds you well. Let's see, what do we got here? Beginnings. I've been getting a lot, like it seems like a consistent message with moving into another phase of your life, walking through kind of like the World card, stepping into something positive. But the feeling around this is more like way beyond what it normally would be. Like, I heard a whole new world, whatever that song is. And it's like an experience that you haven't had before. But I'm getting that, like, for so far, it seems like each sign, that feeling, that specific feeling is there, was there with Pisces and Aquarius too. So it's like this feeling of stepping into an experience that you haven't experienced before with a mindset that you haven't had before, which is different. Like when you have a situation where you've gone through kind of a repeating cycle and you experience it over and over again, it's like you become familiar with it, but maybe you don't completely have it, like the shift hasn't happened yet. But this time, what's available to you is a shift that has happened. This is a card called Double Mission, and this is from the Starseed Oracle, sorry. So you have this beautiful card. What's really standing out to me is this gold makeup here. Light worker, starseed, serve the world by being you. So there's a sense of authenticity. And let's see what we have with these cards together. So intuitively, what I'm feeling from both of these cards together is more like a feeling of stepping into a new phase, a new understanding with a new mindset, but you're expecting like a tranquility or a peace or a slow moving process. And what's really happening is once you step through this door, this portal, it's like light speed. You are like, you look up and you're like, how did I get here? So, oh, and you got, man, I'm telling you, you got the Knight of Swords, something powerful for you right now. You got the Knight of Swords and the Star card together. And I feel like this is a lot to do with it. Now you have a complete understanding of what you need to do next and like where that's going to take you. And it gives you a feeling of being hopeful, but it also gives you a feeling of everything aligning, like coming into perfect, I lost the second word, perfect alignment, I guess. Okay. These cards, I'm barely able to shuffle, so that makes me feel more like don't get like lost in the details. Don't get stuck in like the small stuff. Like just kind of keep your eye on the prize, the big picture. There's something very spiritual about this experience, and for some people that might be unfamiliar. The King of Swords in the feminine version in this deck. And you have to, I'm struggling, I apologize, but my throat is really bothering me today. But I felt a very strong need to read today. So I'm going to do the best I can. But I hope I don't have to clear my throat too much. So then you have this King of Swords, which is usually my card of like deep soul work, or dark night of the soul, or however you want to call it. And I think this has to do a lot with, there's something in your life that is kind of, has been a problem, has been difficult for you to overcome, to let go, to get past, to forgive. And it's something that you recognize as a repeating pattern. And I think that's what is releasing you into this doorway here. It's like this finally realizing that, okay, this is what I need to do. And it has a lot to do with that deep soul searching, that shadow work. Okay, let's get some, I can't even ask the question before the cards come out. So then you have the Seven of Pentacles as the advice. What just came to me was, see what you get. See what you get. It's almost like an experience of, you have never approached it from this perspective before. So be very careful of that Five of Cups energy of like, well, everything's going to turn out the same as it has before. More what I'm feeling here is like, you've never waited long enough to see what the end result was going to be. It's like, okay, 5 minutes, it didn't work, let me move on. 5 minutes, it didn't work, let me move on. This is more of a feeling of, plant some seeds with good intentions is what just came to me. And then be patient and wait for the end result. What's the outcome here? The Six of Swords. Finally getting over the hump. Finally getting to a place where you feel comfortable. For some of you, finally getting to a place that you can call home. I noticed there's a lot of blue here. And what I'm getting from that is like a leveling up. With the blue and the purple together makes me think of royalty, like a high status. And there's a feeling, when I go back to that Seven of Pentacles and the beginnings card, it's like there's a feeling of you like finally getting it, stepping into a new phase, and then being like, the expectation is this is going to take a long time, or I'm going to have to do a lot of work or something like that. But then there's very quickly a revelation or realization that the humps or the speed bumps that you thought were going to be there, it's like they're not as significant, or they're not there at all, or they're minimal. It's like, wow, that was a lot easier than I thought. And then this speed that comes through, the speed that like takes you to the next level so quickly. It's almost like there is a strong feeling of like, I wish I had a little bit more time on this part to kind of enjoy the view. Okay, let's get some clarification. I'll put that over there. We've got a 6 and a 7 on the board too. So that shows me like some kind of moving forward. Sixes can be, yeah, overcoming something. And sevens can be like, it's like once you finally learned that lesson, you're prepared for the next stage. Let's go with some clarification here. Why is the Knight of Swords here? Yeah, you've got, this is funny because you've got the Queen of Swords that just came out with the Queen of Swords here. So bottom of the deck there, and the card just pulled for this clarification, along with the Knight of Swords and the Star. There's a real truth, and I really feel strongly this is a truth about yourself. There's some, and you've got the King of Swords here. So you've got the Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords twice, and the King of Swords. The Six of Swords. This is all about like you coming to a better understanding of something within yourself. And once that clarity happens, once you see clearly, and there is like an infinite kind of feeling here too. Like a knowledge from like an ancestral knowledge or something like that. It's like like a re-knowing something, knowing something again for the first time, but with a different perspective and different circumstances. Why is this King of Swords here? Ace of Cups. So what I'm feeling from the King of Swords with that, the realization has something to do with like your value and what you have to offer in a new way. You have the Two of Cups. You could be walking into a union because of this realization. It's almost like you feeling like you understand like your worth, your value more. You're looking at yourself and what you have to offer in a totally new way. Why is the Seven of Pentacles here? I'm telling you, these cards are full line. Yeah, you got this. There's definitely some kind of partnership that is here. But this card can also represent like your old self versus your new self. It's kind of like when you have someone in your life and you're like, okay, this person has shown this behavior over and over and over again, and stepping into a situation where you like expect that behavior from them again. But this time it's like, you know what? I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. But you're doing that with yourself. It's like, how do I show up differently now that I am different because of who I am being now? And you've got that Six again, just overcoming through some kind of this. There was something major that happened that really changed your whole perspective, or it's about to. And then you've got the Queen of Cups here. And this card is all about nurturing, very loving energy, someone who's approaches things in life through love, right? And I want to say what I'm feeling here is a feeling of you going from this over analytical kind of like almost like criticism, self-criticism, and stepping into this more like kind of loving way towards yourself. It's like not over criticizing yourself, not giving yourself such a hard time. It's like this more nurturing, loving, supportive view of yourself. One more. Why is the Six of Swords here? Oh yeah, so this really gives you like this new kind of inspired action towards something. It's like you feel really excited. This is what this card represents. But what I do feel like is that this new way of viewing yourself with this more compassionate view is getting you to a place where you kind of overcome difficulties a lot easier. You don't really revel in the disappointment of things as much. And that's kind of more of a result than it is like the thing itself, right? Let's go with the meanings for beginnings and double mission. Okay, so this card is number 2, and that is a partnership card. coming into alignment fully with another being or with yourself. And it says here, it's the new moon and it's beginnings. You are offered a fresh start. Your journey is beginning. Take the first steps towards something new. It is time to place emphasis on your health and well being. I accept and rejoice in renewal and beginnings. Which we kind of already talked about. We knew that was there. But it's, I love this, the picture on the card, because it's like showing you, like, in the midst of all this kind of drab, sad turmoil, there is hope. That's like the light at the end of the tunnel, right? And then you have this double mission card. Let's go ahead and take a look at the meaning for that as well. Okay, so for double mission, it says, light worker starseed, serve the world by being you. Absolutely beautiful card. Look at those colors. It's so intense. Light worker starseeds are mission and purpose oriented. Many have a feeling that time's running out and there's something they came here to do, create or contribute. They're here to grow as souls individually, individual mission, and also to contribute to the planet in some action-oriented way, collective mission. Their collective mission is often answered through a career calling or by devoting their life to something bigger until they remember their collective mission. It can feel as if something's missing or that they're forgetting something important. It's common for light worker starseeds to feel that they're different, and they may carry soul memories of being visible or sharing their voice. As such, they may protect themselves by dimming their light in order to fit in, or by spending time in some sort of closet, such as a spiritual closet. If you pull this card, you're being called to remember your collective mission and step into it even more fully. You're being reminded that your role as a light worker is to light up the world with your presence. This doesn't have to be a great big thing or a decision you need to make. You also don't need to have a great big plan. If you resonate with being a light worker, all you need to do is work out what lights you up, your passions and joys, and keep doing that. When you trust and follow the simple path of things that light you up and then lose yourself in the doing, you'll light up the world without even trying. How can you serve the world? By being you. So there obviously very strong sense of authenticity. And if you tie that into that more like kind of loving and compassionate and less critical way of being towards yourself, it's like that is the kind of secret to cracking open that authentic side of yourself. It's like you're really showing who you are, and I keep getting like speed of light. That is what catapults you forward. It's just being raw, being human, being the beautiful, soul that you are. Let's get a postcards from Spirit. And then I'm going to go get a cough drop before I do the next reading because my throat is so dry right now. It's horrible. Okay, so this one, here's the back of the card. Beautiful. And that one says, love your dream or live your dreams. And then it says, dearest you, over here there is no mystery for us to unravel. As we know, oh, I'm sorry, did I show you the front of the card? Oh, if you wanted to take a picture. Okay. Dearest you, over here there is no mystery for us to unravel. As we know intimately how connected we all are, how the web of creation works, and how spirit is in every aspect of life, from the invisible to the visible. But it's impossible for humans to comprehend the complexities of how things actually work, because the most important threads in the tapestry don't make sense in the dimension you live in. That said, can you feel the importance of these currents of energy that bring events together in miraculous ways? You can't understand with your mind, but you can know with your heart and soul. Trust. I think it's so important. It literally just confirmed you can't understand with your mind, but you can know with your heart and soul. It's like this evolution out of being stuck in your head and moving, getting more familiar with that heart space. Trust that even though you don't know the how, the what, or the why, we do. Surrender to the mystery and have faith that the unseen world is watching you with loving eyes as Spirit weaves your life's mysterious and beautiful tapestry in glorious technicolor. Loving you so much. As always, I can't remember if it was Pisces or Aquarius or a private reading that I did, but this card came out. This is the second time this week this card came out. So, yeah, overall, this reading is, it's like you just keep doing what you're doing. It's working perfectly. And this next phase, this next step is going to be mind-blowing because it's something that you haven't experienced in this way before. Many blessings.